Hello and welcome back to Passive Digital Profits. My name is Rose, and in today's video I will be talking about the most recent changes on Amazon's KDP low content publishing, how those changes will impact our business, and what this means in a lot more detail coming up in this video. Now, the two main changes that have happened regarding publishing of low content books is that they will no longer have the free ISBN numbers that Amazon previously used to provide, and consequently the look inside feature will disappear where there is no ISBN number, unless of course one decides to buy their own ISBN number, which is some detail that I'm going to get into in a short moment. So to watch this video to the end so you do not miss out on the nitty-gritty and really important details on how to proceed with your low content publishing going forward. We want to get on the same page with Amazon when it comes to how they define low content books, and this is the definition of Amazon. A low content book has minimal or no content on the interior pages. So these pages are generally repetitive and designed to be filled by the user, and that includes notebooks, planners, journals, and any other similar books. And not to be confused with activity and puzzle books or coloring books, because these do not have repetitive content on them. The consumer would expect when they buy a coloring book, it will have different designs to color in, or if it's an activity book for their child, every page will be different and there will be no repetitive interiors. Now, when it comes to things like journals and notebooks, composition books, most of these will be things like lines all the way through. When it comes to things like sketchbooks as well, it's just blank pages that are repetitive for the entire book. So that's a main difference, and we are glad finally that Amazon has officially recognized low content books, and it's now an official definition of what we publish. Now let's look at the actual changes that have happened to KDP low content publishing. The first one is that low content books are not required to have an ISBN number and are not eligible for a free KDP ISBN number. That means you can either choose to publish them without an ISBN number, or you can purchase your own ISBN number from Booker. This is one of the companies they have recommended if you decide to go down the route of having your own ISBN numbers. There is a company recommended. You can look them up and just learn more about their pricing and all the rest of that. The next change will be that the look inside feature is currently not supported for low content books published without an ISBN number. So this is the impact that not having an ISBN number will have on low content books moving forward. Books that already exist with a look inside feature as low content books will not be affected, but moving forward, any new books published from, I believe, 17th of May, when the changes kicked in, will not have the look inside feature supported. So if you'd like to activate this feature for your book, Amazon recommends you buy your own ISBN number, and then you will be able to have the look inside feature on your low content book. Now, something I've not seen covered elsewhere so far, but it's obviously on Amazon, is transparency codes. Now, the transparency codes are not available for low content books that are published without an ISBN number. To enable this feature, you again would have to buy your own ISBN number. And in a short while, I'm going to go over what transparency codes are, why they are important, and then you can make your own decision whether or not you think it's worth buying an ISBN number so you can have the transparency codes. So as we've seen, without an ISBN number, we will no longer have transparency codes on our low content books, which was previously included by Amazon. Actually, I looked at some of the books, my own published books that I've bought from Amazon, just to have a customer experience feel from purchase to receiving the book, and this is how the barcode without transparency code appeared on books that were done early days from, say, 2019 and part of 2020, but later 2020, I started to notice barcodes with transparency code on them. And this is actually what the transparency code bit is all about. It's visually very similar to a QR code. It's scannable using a mobile device, for example. And the purpose of the transparency code, according to Amazon, is to allow the publisher to create more engaging experience between the publisher and or the author and their readers. And let's just go down here and look at a bit more detail of how this works out in real life when it comes to using a mobile device. So when a reader scans the transparency code using a mobile device with the Amazon app, they can learn more about you as a publisher and your book. They can leave a star rating or a review and go to Books Amazon detail page. So I still think it's really important that they had been including a scannable QR code so that we don't miss out on the buyers who are using a mobile device to purchase on Amazon. So I think that's why I would say it's important that we had that transparency code. But whether or not it's important enough to spend money buying an ISBN number for your low content books, that decision will be up to you. I thought it was important for you to know what transparency codes are, why they're important, and why Amazon introduced them. It's really for a better reader experience for those accessing Amazon using the Amazon app for shopping and a mobile device. So that's information on transparency codes, which, like I said, will no longer be included for low content books without an ISBN number. So these are a couple questions that would come up regarding the changes that Amazon has introduced to low content publishing. And the first question is, what type of barcode will appear on a low content book? And this is what Amazon says. They say, if you choose the option publish without an ISBN number or decide not to provide your own barcode, Amazon will automatically place one on your back cover. So they will still publish books with barcodes, but what we do not know is how those barcodes will appear without an ISBN number, because they're saying, yes, you do have a choice to publish your book without an ISBN number and to publish and not to put your own barcode, but they will automatically place a barcode on your back cover. So once I've published a few books, I will come back and show you what they appear like once Amazon has implemented the changes. Now, the next question that is important is, what information can be updated after publishing a low content book? And this is what Amazon says. You cannot change your ISBN selection after you've published your book, unless you unpublish that book and republish it again. So be very careful when you're doing your selection when it comes to the publishing process. When you select the option to publish your book without an ISBN number, it's not possible to make those changes once your book has been published. So this is just a quick look at how these changes will appear on our publishing platform. And the main changes when it comes to the categories, you'll need to tick this box if your book classifies as a low content book. So does your book classify as any of these types? Choose all that applies. So if you're publishing a book that has repetitive interiors, it's clearly a low content book and you're required to make that selection. Now, be careful if you make this selection wrongly, so that if your book is, say, not low content and you end up making that selection and publishing the book, Amazon says you cannot come back and change that. Your only option would be to unpublish the book and republish the book. So be very careful, think through your type of book and just be sure that it's a low content book before you tick that box. So that the rest of them remain the same. It's all what we are already used to. So saving and going to the next page so I can show you the other change that has come into effect. The other change is the ISBN. That's a main change, really. Choose the best option for your book. Publish without an ISBN is the first option we have here. So low content books like notebooks, planners, journals, and other similar books do not require an ISBN, as we've already discussed. So you have a choice to just go with that. However, if you decide you want to buy your own ISBN, then of course you go with this other option. Use my own ISBN and you input the required details. And really, that is all that has changed. Everything else remains as we have been used to. I just thought I'd mention that this is where most of that information is found. So if you go to your main Kindle Direct Publishing page, click on that, you'll be able to find it under KDP Publishing, low content books. All that information and a lot more is covered in detail, just in case a lot of the highly summarized videos you watched have left you feeling unsure about some of the information. I'd come onto this page, click around on the links that will give you much more detailed information and explanation, and just make sure you know all the new rules and Amazon's expectation as far as publishing low content books is concerned. Now, before I end this video, I just thought I'd mention one last thing which might get your book rejected, is that if you leave images or text on this part of the cover, the barcode will cover them during printing, which could result in your file being rejected. So don't include any text or objects in this area. And what exactly Amazon is talking about is this area of the barcode. I mean, it's exactly what we're used to. We're used to them having a barcode printed on the lower right hand corner of the back of the cover. So make sure not to include any text or objects in that area when you are designing your cover. You know, there's been so many videos talking about is KDP dead and all the rest of that. In my opinion, I think this is a good way for them to clean up the Amazon marketplace as far as spamming of low content, low quality KDP books is concerned. I think it's just a way of them raising the bar, and I think it's a good thing for us to be inspired to create medium to higher content books and more unique interiors, and not having a look inside feature shouldn't be a problem because we do have access to A+ content, and I'll be doing a video or a couple videos in the future regarding A+ content, and it's something we could start looking at as publishers if we do have interiors that we want to show off and make sure that our prospective buyer is aware of how unique and how niched to their needs your book is. So think about A+ content as something you could introduce to your business if you're not already doing it. And so yeah, KDP is by no means dead. We are just being inspired to raise the bar in our publishing business. If you found some value in this video, please like, comment, and let me know your thoughts about the new changes. If there's important information I probably haven't mentioned, I'd appreciate for you to share with us on the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and all the best in your business.